Today I'm working on designing components, and I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about why it's such an important task and skill for designers to know. So these days we have amazing, crazy, great tools like Webflow that make our life as designers so much easier and more productive. And one of the main reasons that they make our work so much faster and productive is because they have ready-made components that we can use and reuse over and over again. So what do I mean by components? Things like buttons, things like navigation, things like image galleries, those things. We don't have to redesign them, kind of invent them every time we're doing a website or an app or any type of UI. We can just use them and then kind of dress them up by doing like a specific UI. But the way this component works and function is already designed and kind of thought out and built before, and that's what makes our work so much easier. Now, actually, if you take an even more extreme example than Webflow, then Wix actually create these type of so easy to use component that even people who are not designers are able to create website by using and kind of redesigning those components to build a website. So in a way, that makes the job of designers actually kind of dressing up the components very, very simple and actually low value. And so people who used to do that, their value is kind of declining. But the people who actually do the design of the components themselves, kind of the designers that are working for Webflow or the designers working for Wix, they're actually doing super complicated, valuable, and great design work because they have to actually build the toolbox for the rest of the people, whether the rest of the people are designers or consumers or whatever. So I think this is a super important and crucial role, and if you want to kind of build to the future and kind of build your skills, and you have to understand how to think about components and how to design them. So today I'm working with one of my clients, a startup that has basically kind of doing white label apps for clients, and so we have to build ourselves as the designers kind of our toolbox of components that we can use again and again. So I'm working here with Alex, the designer working here. I'm kind of guiding her, and we're building kind of this doc to go over and explain the development, what is the functionality of every component. Remember, again, design, I don't remember who said this, Steve Jobs or Dieter Rams or whatever. Design is not how something looks, it's how it works. So our job as designers is kind of define the functionality and the needs that we need from each component. Then we're going to have the developers build that for us, and then we can just reuse this very easily for other apps that we're going to create for our clients in the future. So Alex did a great job. We went over it right now. I'm going to take a lunch break. And then we're going to have a meeting with the development team. I'm going to lunch with my friend. I don't know if you've been following the vlog for a year now. So a year ago, one of my best friends had kind of they found out that he has a brain tumor, and he had to go through a surgery. And everything went fine. He's super healthy. And today is exactly 1 year since he had the surgery. So we're going to celebrate. I think it's a great opportunity to remember that, hey, be grateful for being alive without a fucking brain tumor in your head. So just go out and play. Right, great lunch and great meeting with the development team. I actually really enjoy working on kind of the logic of design and kind of the components. It requires a totally different area in the brain, right? There's like the creative aspect of UI, like in graphic design, colors, typography, making things beautiful, and the other part is kind of like more logical and structured, kind of the UX. And I really enjoyed both of them, but obviously I think what I was trying to say before is that looking forward into the future, I think that this kind of a logical aspect of design is where really the big value is. Obviously business value, and that also translates into money and stuff like that. Anyway, heading home to pick up the kid and just chill with the family. Hope you guys have a great day. Catch you tomorrow.